Previously on the Mike Knoxxx Show.
He knows how to take advantage of crowds. This is why he doesn't need Paul Heyman anymore. He needed Paul Heyman to become the tribal chief, honeybee, but no longer does he need him. This is the main event. However, this was not the favor. Seth saying, I will never like you ever again. This is the reason why. I love that Roman said the most craziest shit out of his mouth real fast, honeybee. He said this shit because this one tickled me pink.
It's only been me. You've been here, but I've done all the work.
I did all the work.
I've made this place what it is today.
I've made this place what it is today.
I took us to the level that we are here today.
The level we are here today.
I made this place better than we found it.
I found this crew.
Bite my tongue for no one. I put you on blast. So all the news channels, y'all can kiss my ass. If YouTube or Google me, turn it up and play it. Cause many people think it, I just had the balls to say it.
Drums, please.
Viewers may find the following video disturbing.
This ain't nothing but healthy conversation.
Yeah. Perfect Plex Radio. We about to go live on him. Mike Knoxxx. That's with 3 X's because he's hardcore. Are y'all ready? We about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're raw, what you getting in? Perfect Plex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to The Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, it's a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more choices. You could call in and be the voice with the voiceless. So what you waiting on? Let's get it cracking. Let's talk wrestling, that's enough rapping. Perfect Plex Radio. Simply, we about to give y'all something special. You ready? Let's go!
Welcome everybody back to the Mike Knoxxx Show. If this is your first time joining us, then welcome. I thought I had the cover on, the whole thing happened, but listen guys, for the first time in over 6 years, this beautiful face is here to talk professional wrestling on this Tuesday morning. Technical difficulties as they may, the job pays me to move my schedule. Well, guess what? Then I have to go to that schedule because this is not the place that's paying me yet. But hopefully you can get tuned in as I am your $1 million host. You are the $1 million audience, and together we tag in and out to form the $1 million connection. First, if you're here, thank you. Like, follow, subscribe. Tune in to Unpopular Review Wrestling, the Mike Knoxxx Show channel as well on our YouTube. The links are in the bio. Comment below. Let us know your thoughts on this past week in professional wrestling. And last night, people, I mean, you watched the Rated R Raw Super review show with Steven Willie Beeman, Big Daddy Cool Steve, and the executive consultant himself, Chris, and it got a little rated R. And I don't know what it is, but I guess because I'm here in the morning time, it's a little different. I just don't have the, well, who knows? The show just started, right? Let's just go ahead and talk about last night, Monday Night Raw. Again, comment below. Let us know where you are. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. Thank you this morning for tuning in as well. Listen, people, a lot took place this past week in wrestling. A lot of favors were being asked. The favors that are being asked, I wonder what they are. I know a couple weeks ago, and again, I like to call a spade a spade. What's going on, everybody? I like to call a spade as I do like to play spades. If you know how to play spades or you can't play spades, don't come around the spades table. You're going to embarrass yourself, okay? But I got to call a spade a spade. I saw someone who I don't know where it came along, and I got to give that much credit to it. I don't know where it came from. but it said, what if there's a new Heyman guy? Then last night on the Rated R review show, they mentioned, well, you got all the 3 biggest guys in the company in wrestling, honestly, but we're missing one. I don't think we see Lesnar anytime soon touching this, but I will say, and good morning, everybody out there, I will say this to you. It's a beautiful time to be in the road to WrestleMania. And I'm not just saying that because what took place on Raw, what took place on SmackDown, but I'm also about what took place in AEW over this past weekend as well in AEW Dynasty. Now, it may not have the finish that fans may have wanted, but it did follow their storyline. But I digress and I pause. But as always, if you don't know by now, I wear my heart on my sleeve because simply I'm a wrestling mark and you're a wrestling mark too. You just don't want to admit it. Let's talk about the week in wrestling, y'all.
Week to week, pro wrestling continues to impress and evolve from AEW to TNA to NXT and even Raw and SmackDown. Check out these top 5 Mike Knoxxx moments of the week.
And listen here, guys. What a week. So let's just go where I want to go first for me, right? I was going order. So if you're new, I like to go in order of what to me were the biggest moments of the week. So if you're an AEW fan, I hear some boos out there, then hey, that's okay. That's why you have another wrestling company to watch. But some people like to watch it all. Some people think that they are better. I do not, but I do enjoy the product. Okay, what's going on out there this morning? Freckle Sensei. That's right. Tonight, NXT Trio is back tonight with Freckle Sensei, Bad Guy Jack, and the Wrestling Doll. But when you think about this week in wrestling, we knew the favor was out there, right? What is this favor? And I think it's very funny how they interweave this into the storyline. I gotta be honest about that. I like what they're doing here. But let's go back to this opening picture. The next Heyman guy. As I said, a spade's a spade. And I started to think 3 weeks ago, I said, I know everybody's going to think, Seth Rollins doesn't need a manager. He's Seth freaking Rollins. We also can speak, if you're a Rollins fan, they dropped the ball on the Monday Night Messiah. It's just before its time, maybe some will say. I digress on that as well. But every wrestler needs a reinvention. And as you heard from this past week in wrestling, what Roman Reigns doesn't need anymore is a manager. And let's just dispel some wrestling idiosyncrasies or idiosyncrasies, whatever the fuck you want to say that says, what are you thinking? How was this a heel turn? How did Heyman turn on Roman? He didn't. Let's follow the storyline. Y'all also involved to having shame on you. Let's go to the Yellow Brick Road here. Okay, because if you go through the week in wrestling, Punk comes out, everybody knows I'm going to talk about this favor. I'm not going to tell you what the favor is right now. I want you to wait. I want to say it in front of your guy, in front of your boy. I want to let you know what that favor is. Roman comes out. Where's your guy? Where is he at? You know who I am? I'm Roman freaking Reigns. Sing my song.
Sing to your tribal chief. It's just beautiful.
Beautiful. How can anybody get tired of hearing that? Because he took advantage of a crowd that's been doing it for multiple wrestlers that made it his own. That's why he is the tribal chief. Okay, sing to your tribal chief. He's not turning on Roman. But anyway, I digress back into what we saw on SmackDown. Punk comes out. The favor is, and it's funny, it's odd, it's weird. I love you wrestling mother. Woo, you know who y'all are that go through all the woodworks and finds all the what ifs and could it be's and all those kind of things. And it's that morning, I saw a video and I shared it that was from when Heyman told Punk, or Punk told Heyman, you're going to walk out on me at WrestleMania. And then all of a sudden this Friday, that hits. So that's not a dirt sheet, people. That wasn't a source. That was just an intelligent wrestling fan doing their due diligence as being more of a wrestling fan or a different wrestling fan than me that goes and find that shit. But I thank you for it. I will be your citizen reporter. Okay, so this comes out, and that's the favor. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna kick your boy. Your boy's gonna come with me. Let's see what you got. You ain't gonna be. No one's gonna be in your corner, Roman. No one's in your corner no more. Let's see who you are, because he's gonna be in my corner. Said, tell him. I said, tell him. You know, your tribal chief don't play. Tell him, Paul. He's laughing at him. You know how Roman, he's as cocky as anybody probably in the history of professional wrestling, in my opinion. Okay, tell him. Your tribal chief. Yo, I cannot do that. Oh, what? We talk about this bloodline feud that's common now. It seems to be gone, right? Or could it? There's always layers to wrestling, but it seems to be gone. Of how great that was in storytelling and where some of us rank it in wrestling history. I rank it amongst one of the greatest of all time storylines, if not the greatest. But I digress in that as well. But this part here, he's whooping our tribal chief's ass. I'm a CM Punk mark. Cannot lie. I'm a Roman Reigns super mark. Cannot lie. Hell, I'm a CM Punk super mark. Cannot lie. I'm a Kevin Owens super mark. Cannot lie. Anybody who don't think this should be a main event, come on. Welcome to the show for the intelligent wrestling fan. Okay? But you can see right here, Heyman's distraught. You can see it. He's like, my tribal chief. My tribal chief. No, not my tribal chief. And the crowd's going crazy. Heyman, this is Heyman's guy. Okay? This is Heyman's guy. And then we get to last night, right? Because that was one for me. Reason why last night couldn't be one, because it happened last night and it's a storyline, right? Some would put this, right? And we got an upcoming top Marvel draft on Pop Review Entertainment. Is Endgame better than Infinity War? Or is Infinity Wars better than Endgame? That is the question. Comment below. Let me know. So those are the things right now that I am finding what's interesting about this. Again, we get to last night, and last night was beautiful. Heyman comes out. Look at the image. Look at the image here. They're like showing off his Hall of Fame ring, let you know that you know what he's doing. Heyman being Heyman, coming in. I'm gonna go set this record straight. I will never turn on my tribal chief. I couldn't do it. How could I turn on my tribal chief? But wait, the plot thickens. I could never turn on my best friend, CM Punk. Ooh. Then the truth magnet. Let's go back to his original name, y'all. The Monday Night Messiah comes out. Shout out again for those who follow the Yellow Brick Road, as every time I see the Titantron of Seth Rollins now, I just automatically know what color he's wearing. Love that you pointed that out. Don't know why you pointed it out. Wasn't something I needed to know, but I think it's pretty cool you notice it, just like my man's hair towards his opponents. And we'll talk about him a little bit later too, if I think so. I don't think it's in there for this weekend Roman and the weekend wrestling. No, that wasn't important. But Seth Rollins comes out, he's spitting hot motherfucking facts to Paul Heyman. They don't care about you. Why do you care about them? They're not here for you. Roman don't give a shit about nobody but Roman. But yet you're still sitting here worrying about Roman Reigns? He don't care about when you got your ass whooped by his tribe. Where was Roman then? Did Punk come help you? Nobody said, "Now, you know what? Let's get you out of the equation. If we move you out of the equation, then what happens there?" And see, Second Consultant chimes in, Infinity War over Endgame. I also think so as well, but not really. Watch the show and find out why. Not gonna lie, I thought I was it was a title shot. You know what? I knew it couldn't be a title shot because that didn't. You're talking about wrestling fans shitting a brick. Try having Punk's favor be, when I saw, see, wrestling fans, and I love you because I'm a wrestling fan. I'm not making fun of you, although I'm making fun of you. Y'all just want to say any fucking thing in the world so you can say, I said it first. But I can guarantee you, no one said it first. because somehow in your window, in your mind, I'm not saying, the 2%ers out there. Some people do call it within their friends group, but did they? We all see it. We have most of you people, but you don't have are you searching with the AP press? Do you know actual report? Okay, I'm gonna stop right there. CM Punk main eventing night 2 of WrestleMania? Come on, people. And I get it, it's wrestling. It's the biggest fantasy booking you can book. That's not the MCU universe. Okay? It is. Come on, people. You would have shitted a brick. You thought you complained about the Young Sucks coming out on Sunday. You'd have thought of all right, I digress. I'm gonna take you out. I'm gonna put you out of here. Don't put out like that. Paul had a little inner testicular fortitude. It was beautiful. Yes, Heyman had some balls. Don't you put your hands on me. Now, never seen Paul do that. I can't say never. In a very long time. Okay, ECW days, I would believe, of him acting, like that. He's been Jerry Carcanian, for those who don't know, the Last Dragon's villain. Okay, the glow, kiss my okay, and that's who he's been. But why did he feel that he could say that to Seth? You're by yourself, am I? CM Punk comes out, takes a whooping and a licking to Seth freaking Rollins. Crowd's going crazy. Goes curve stumps CM Punk. Could have curve stumped the right-hand man. No, he's not here. The wise man, did he leave Roman? Did he not leave Roman? But you wanted to take him out a second ago, right? You wanted to take him out a second ago. But now you save him? Now you owe me a favor. It's like, how many licks does it actually take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? I don't know. The world may never know these answers. The world may never. Woosah. Who's the master? Mike Knoxxx. Okay. But as I just look at this road to WrestleMania, I am completely mad and hating. I love you, but fuck you, my crew. I love you, but fuck you, friends I know are going to Mania, because you're going to have a great time, and I'm going to watch them here and bask in your glowness and keep my voice. Maybe not. I've lost my voice in the house before. But 1 and 2 moments of the week, easily this storyline with what's going on with these favors. But can he turn on Roman Reigns? That would be the ultimate turn. I've said this before. Paul Heyman has turned on everybody he's ever been associated with. All of them. It hasn't stopped. He's done it from the beginning. Why would you think he would care now to not turn? And I'm going to say this because what was being said last week or in the ring yesterday night. And I know the AEW, our Raw review show covered it, Radar Superstar covered it last night. But I'm serious. This is intriguing. This is way more intriguing than I know some people will say about AEW, but I digress, and I will talk about that right here, right now, after the break, because my daughter, Michaela Wonders, has some things to say about this past week in pro wrestling. Y'all, we'll be right back.
Girl,
Welcome to Warning About WWE. I'm Michaela, and we are just warning about WWE, Raw and SmackDown. So I know we go to Raw, then we go to SmackDown. Let's see. One, before I start, I know you guys didn't notice the background change again. Don't judge me, okay? I can't decide on a background.
So we're going to come back to that in a second. Play a couple commercials here. Get Michaela Wonders her mic and volume where it needs to be, y'all. We'll be right back in about 3 minutes, y'all.
Check it Brian Keith and Big Bill came out and they said, well, we want the titles. And like, well, win a match. So
no one gives a shit. Okay? No one cares? You could take I got the mama coming out of me right now. Get in the corner, put the little hug t-shirt on, and give each other a hug and get over it. Okay? If you can't get over it, go to your rooms, shut the doors. I don't want to hear it. Okay? Thunder Tits comment. Okay?
Their name
kidding
is
me?
Thunder Tits. Yes.
Thunder Tits.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Their team name is literally Thunder Tits. And I
do. I hate that word.
So don't worry. So later on in the show, I'll make sure I introduce him as that then. Don't worry. I got you.
I thought he had wrote Tony Storm wants her tits back. I'm like, oh, well.
Wow.
In my, prenuptial agreement, my one out is going to be Jon Moxley, okay?
Prenuptial agreements! You have a hall pass for Jon Moxley? And he has a hall pass for Jon Moxley! He's going to bleed all over you. You better not take him on a date.
Vince McMahon stopped this man from booking a match. I don't know if y'all know. It's WrestleMania season. There's a story back in the day that Moxley wanted a match with Brock Lesnar. And he was like, hey, Brock, I got a couple good ideas. How about I bring a kitchen sink to the match and I just hit you with it? And Brock was like, you're a fucking idiot. Get away from me. And I swear to you, in an alternate world, Vince McMahon's like, fuck it, pal. Have your match. But Brock, I need you to impale this man. Take him out. And in this alternate world, Jon Moxley gets domed by this fucking kitchen sink by Brock Lesnar and is done with wrestling altogether. In this alternate timeline, AEW doesn't exist because Jon Moxley doesn't exist. Was Brock Lesnar talking to the Joker? Yeah, that's right, man. I'm Jon Moxley. I'm the world champion, but I don't want to show you my title because I'm too smart. See, it takes me 11 hours to get to Chicago, but only because I drove 7 hours around the block looking for the Chicago Airlines Arena or whatever the fuck it's called. How, Renee, if you're watching, how did you have a baby with this man? Ridiculous.
Because that's what she likes to do, I guess. They're, same with Katie and her weird fetish to have a hall pass for Jon Moxley. Hey, we all like who we like, and that's all we can like is who we like. Welcome back to the Mike Knoxxx Show here, guys. You just saw a couple commercials here from Pop Review Wrestling here on the channel. If not for you, if not for me, for somebody, there's something for everyone. So make sure you guys tune in to all our shows here, pretty much going Monday through Friday here on the network, and weekends as well for Collision. Actually, we have a show every day of the week, especially coming up with WrestleMania with season coming up. So make sure you guys 7 days a week tune in with Pop Review Wrestling as well as entertainment. And we are back, and I got to talk about AEW Dynasty. And I know AEW will talk about it. I know that Raw had their rants on it last night on the review show, but it wasn't half bad. And I'm going to say this, right? Because here's what I think when it comes to wrestling fans, right? And I like to do this when I talk AEW, all right? Because I'm going to hold this title because AEW is not as bad as people say it is. And everybody has bad booking at times. Was this show booked bad? I don't think it was booked bad. I mean, let's see, you made some stars, right? You headlined it with Moxley versus Swerve Strickland. Did we really think Swerve was going to get the title back? I know I voted for him in my group because if y'all don't know by now, and you're going to find out here joining me back on Tuesdays when it comes to Mike Knoxxx.
Who are you rooting for tonight?
I'm rooting for everybody black. I am.
Even if I know they're going to lose, okay? That's just what it is. But if you look at this card, put that back up for me, guys. Yeah. No, put it back up for me. Not even move. There you go. All right. So listen, this thing is headlined by Moxley and Swerve. You got Death Riders who turned on FTR. Okay, nobody wants to see Jericho. Okay, we knew the Hurt Business would do what or Hurt Syndicate. I'm so sorry. We knew they had to do. You knew Fletcher was going to beat against Briscoe. Okay, but Julia Hart's entrance, phenomenal. Y'all forget how great Mercedes Moné really is, right? Will Ospreay can make any match look good, but going with Knight, that should be what people talk about, I think, moving forward as well. That arguably could have been match of the year, okay? Finally back on his feet and to the promised lands is your man, Boom. And just a lot of things took place. Let's go ahead and talk about this real fast. This match, did it live up to the billing? I love how Swerve wrestles. I'm a Moxley fan. I said it before when he was in WWE. Hashtag I'm a Dean Ambrose guy. Has they gotten stale with the Death Riders and the briefcase and those kind of scenarios? Do we want to see something happen that hasn't been paid off for, yet? No, we haven't got that part. But I'd love to have seen Swerve win. Maybe because whatever the Death Riders were doing backfired on them or somehow, do something, but what they did do. I understand why the Young Bucks were brought back before they left. Remember when he was champion, Swerve talked a lot of shit on the JPs. Okay, talked a lot of shit on them. They have every right to come back and claim their throne because they're who they are. Whether you like them or don't like them, they had sneakers, Reebok pumps that sold out, and I'm still trying to get a pair. So if you know somebody that knows something about it, please DM me and let me know how I can get those shoes. Okay. Do you think Paul Heyman is going to be with Seth? Absolutely. I think Paul Heyman is going to be with Seth. This card was really good. Honestly, it was just some of the endings were like, why? And that's where I give you. And that's, you know what? And the first time I saw him, we saw him live, Freckle Sensei, thanks to AEW for inviting us when they were here in Atlanta to go see this guy. And I was like, yo, who is this dude? I was one of the few guys I was cheering for. Okay. And yes, in that crowd, nobody knew who he was. And you could see how he wrestled. I was like, listen, what is going on in Atlanta? I love you, but
that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. There's no wonder you get D's and everything.
Truly just didn't make any sense why they was not cheering for Knight. But them coming out, whatever the case may be. Then everybody wants to get on Bully Ray for talking about Megan Bayne, saying she's green. I'm going to say this about any non-professional wrestler that has to call somebody green. Yes, you can identify what they're doing and you should be able to see it. Here's my problem when it comes to women's wrestling today. And it's actually a shame because it's not the ladies' fault because they're performing. A lot of times, fellas, you guys see the tits and ass and think that they're the greatest thing to come to sliced bread. And yes, admire the aesthetic look of them. But aren't you the main ones that were going for the women's revolution? Aren't you the ones that got tired of seeing the puppies and the pigeons being loose? Those were the things you start to say as we turned the millennium, right? And said, no, you can't treat them like that. But you know what? You guys do that every day on social media. You do it every day in every group I'm in. What Bully Ray said about Megan Bayne is actually true. But you don't want to see that because you see how beautiful she is as a woman, her stature, her height, her complexion, and you just go, oh my God, this was Toni Storm being priceless like she has been consistently, her and Liv Morgan and Nia Jax, Wrestlers of the Year. Give all three of them the award. Point blank. Don't like what I say? Listen anyway, because it's the truth. Then we get to, I know a lot of people said this should have been match of the night. Kenny Omega coming. It's Kenny Omega. Listen, whatever anyone has to say about Ricochet, whether you like him or you don't like him, I'm going to give the boy credit for still trying to overcome that stuff. Y'all hate him because y'all ain't got his wife that he just married, who was his girl before, who left WWE, and Samantha Irvin. And now he's getting on the mic. He has elevated his character. Now, I'm not saying it's good, okay? But I like what he's trying to do. I like how he's trying to step out. And shout out to Kenny Omega coming back and cut there. And listen, I didn't know this Speedball Bailey. I'm not one of them wrestling fans gonna act like I know every single person that comes out of the indies or from Japan or this or that or that or this. But I was very fucking impressed with this guy as well. Good match. AEW, good showing so far. We knew Adam Cole was going to win. Daniel Garcia should have never been in this position in the first place. No offense towards what y'all like. Listen, he will have nothing ever on Daz Wunderkind. Okay? If y'all know about Alex Wright, Daz Wunderkind, I don't feel like stopping right now. I'm just going to, get my steps in while I'm doing this. Is it counting on my watch? Motherfuckers ain't counting. Damn it. Get your ass up and walk. Listen, Daniel Garcia had this. I just say one thing about Adam Cole. Baby, it's really sad. I'm so I know that right now. It's really sad to see where he's gone to. Okay. This women's match was what it was. Julia Hart, another one who, to me, who is an average women's wrestler, but her character it has elevated. She was someone who I was like, why is she on AEW? This is AEW. This is why they're different. They're going to bring in people that you're not going to see or who didn't get a chance, who does have the indies or where they were being hot and spoke about them. So you're going to have that. Okay. It's a guy here in Atlanta, Cuervo. That boy is good. That boy is good. You guys got, if you come down to Atlanta to AWE, it is really, really good. Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. It's a really good wrestling organization, and I love that it's how it's put together. And that their champion is really that guy. But she has taken her character and has done marvelous things with this thing. And y'all gonna stop throwing some dirt on Mercedes Moné because you guys are tripping. What did Bully Ray say? Bully Ray basically said that Megan Banks was green and that she needed a little bit more polishing in the ring. And people were completely just, who is Bully Ray? This is why I can't stand when these old motherfuckers come to say some shit and some shit that has some shit to do with some shit because that's some bullshit. Well, he's entitled. Like, I don't get wrestling fans. Here go. It ain't like it's Jim Cornette. I'm going to use him because he's easy to get picked on, right? He's not like he's Russo. I'm going to use him because he's kind of easy to get picked on. But those guys, as out of touch as they may be, touch this industry. And we can call them bitter, whatever. Everybody's bitter. Every fan is a hater because you're a fanatic. That's why I call myself your fan's favorite fan and your hater's favorite hater. Okay? I loved watching the Duke Blue Devils lose this past weekend, but I had to open, and I hate the Duke Blue Devils, but that was a great team. And I thought they were going to win it all as a diehard North Carolina fan. That's just what it is. Because I'm a fan. So fuck them. Fuck them. Okay. But she is green. So you hate on these guys and you look at what those guys say and say they can't say anything. Bully Ray was loved by you. He's one of the greatest tag team wrestlers and performers of all time. Right? Y'all love them on Busted Open Radio. Now I think it's when they get back to WWE, it's when things get shaky with wrestling fans. And that's just the lane you decide to stay in. Good morning. What's going on? Yeah, Speedball Rose really good. But Mercedes Moné doing Mercedes Moné do. And before we go back there, because Swerve's entrance, the second I saw it, knew what it was. This was Static Shock. Where can we get our movie? We want our Static Shock movie. We need it. Jaden Smith, I'm sorry. Come on. Oh, this is fantastic. Fantastico. This was amazing. Whose house? Y'all know whose house it is. Y'all know whose house it is. This man Swerve got it sometimes. Now, at the risk of black wrestling fans, because we fight amongst ourselves, we promise you that if you get us pissed, always see different shades of gray. It's 50 Shades of Black. Y'all know the movie or the book. But I thought it was uncalled for what he did after the show saying F Booker T. And here's why I say it, because I think I saw this in one of my groups. I know I did. I just don't remember the name, so I can't give the credit for it, but it wasn't my words. But I 100% agree with it when I saw it, because that's what I thought. Just didn't put it on wax first, as they would say. This is like LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. Like, come on. Like, come on. Between the both of you. The Vlad interview was the Vlad interview. The response was a response. But at this point, it's I am more inclined to, despite, and I said this last week on the show, Booker T being what he said, and when the time he was in WWE for the certain things that played, and I said this last night repeatedly on the Unpopular Review Rated R Review show. I'm one of them black fans that hate, what up, G? I hate that moment. I hate that moment because that moment that everybody wants to love and love for do-rag Vince blatantly said the N-word. They told you to go fetch my bags, boy, because that's what you people do. And I get storyline. But what made that storyline great was you winning that title for the first time of a 100% African American man and not Kofi Kingston. That'd have been great because you earned that. So for you to come out and say, well, I don't, racism, he handled it. Well, we don't know how he handled it, so I'll give you that credit. But Swerve coming out doing what he did, I thought was childish. I was not a fan of Swerve comments after. Like, you had just lost, motherfucker. You just lost. How you out here talking shit and you just lost? I didn't get that part at all. But as we dive into, as I read about 5 things hard on my sleeve, I thank everybody tuning into the Mike Knoxxx Show. Michaela Wonders is back and she's ready to go. Y'all be right back.
Girl,
Welcome to Wonder About WWE. I'm Michaela, and we are just wondering about WWE, Raw and SmackDown. As you guys know, we go to Raw, then we go to SmackDown. Let's see. Before I start, I know you guys are going to notice the background change again. Don't judge me, okay? I can't decide on a background. So, Raw. There's so much I would like to talk about. Raw, all I can begin with is Naomi is getting a WrestleMania match with the Jade Cargill. I think that was actually SmackDown, but I don't care. Raw, what happened tonight? Let's see. Triple threat match I wanted, but I hope Bianca wins. Rhea, okay, I'm gonna do this in this way because I like all 3 of them. Bianca deserves it. Rhea, lore-wise, should win, but she also shouldn't, if that makes sense. 3, IYO SKY, I don't think she's gonna win. She's not important to the storyline to me, but I don't think she's gonna win. No, I think she's gonna win because they keep, underestimating her, and with how they're making the story work, I think they're gonna end up making IYO win, and I hope they don't do that. No offense to IYO SKY, I love your wrestling style, I love your music, but I don't think you should be a champion over Bianca or Rhea Ripley. No offense. SmackDown. The entire Roman Reigns, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, same with what happened Monday? Today? When this is recorded? Let's see. Roman laughing when the deal was revealed. I'm not surprised about the deal. I'm not surprised about any of that. It's just Roman's laugh. His hysterical laughter. And same with Seth Rollins by the ropes, just laughing and loving the entire interaction. I'm finally excited for WrestleMania. No offense, I love Jey Uso. I love the whole Jey Uso blood, blah, 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 blah. I love all of the Jey Uso stuff, but no offense. This is why I'm excited for WrestleMania. Because Jey, you're going to win. And if you don't win, then sue, because I will riot if Jey Uso doesn't win. But there's a very low chance Jey Uso doesn't win, especially with how they're building the storyline. So, I'm excited. I think, okay, I don't know who's going to win. I can't even think who's going to win, because then if I'm wrong, I'm going to be dead wrong. But I hope Roman Reigns wins, because it's the tribal chief. Why wouldn't I hope Roman Reigns wins? It's Naomi versus Jade. Naomi should definitely win. I'm not being biased at all. I am. But I think Naomi should win. But as you guys know, I can't really talk about it like this, so let's go back over to the real tribal chief. I got it.
Hey, this is Matthew Brittle, the King of Bros, and you're listening to the Mike Knoxxx Show on Unpopular Review, bro.
Welcome back, y'all, to the Mike Knoxxx Show. Baby girl. I'm sorry. Listen, next week's show, wow, I'm so used to being on Mondays, will be my, prediction show. And then check out our Unpopular Review Wrestling prediction show on Thursday. And then look for our WrestleMania doing double duty on Sunday. Okay. So we're going to go Sunday at noon for night 1. And then immediately following WrestleMania for night 2, we're going to go live. Hope we get some calls in from people that we know that are going to be down there at WrestleMania. Get your live instant reaction to what happened on night 2 as well. And I will be joined on those shows by Michaela Wonders Live. So hope you guys tune in for that. But this past week, number 4 on my sleeve, yo. I'm sorry. Like, we went through the favor. We went through, yes, I think Seth turns. We've gone through this and that. But this, I'll say this is that. I'm talking about Dynasty, right? Overall, Dynasty, let me go back to that. I give Dynasty about a 4, about 3.5 out of 5 AEW titles. It just, the ending of the matches were weird. And hearing them chants for Jericho was crazy. Please retire. That is crazy. That is insane. Wrestling fans, you are the most fickle damn fans I've ever fucking seen. I'm just saying, y'all are crazy as shit. Damn! Gotta say it. But a damn moment happened on SmackDown this week as people. It's been a while since I've been here. My grandson's here, so hopefully I don't wake him up. But he's going to be welcome to the Mike Knoxxx Show. Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. It's just what it is. No, she's not my favorite. This is the LeBron James effect. Nepo baby. Who cares? Who cares? You wish you were a Nepo baby. Okay? Y'all want to be mad at Bronny James? Look at Bronny James. You know what he's typecast as? Rich. Okay? Who cares? Who cares? Now let me just say this. The Chicago crowd, I didn't talk about it earlier with CM Punk, was crazy. CM Punk grabbing the camera, which AEW, did the same thing on Sunday, just let me know. CM Punk and back home in Chicago, and I will say this much, Chicago, you put yourself back on the map as far as damn. A whole damn factor. It was like when I saw this.
On their feet. On a man. Oh, what the?
I couldn't believe it, and I loved it. Listen, Chicago. Damn, you have lit a flame and a fuse in this wrestling world. You did it. You did it, Chicago. Congratulations, Chicago. You did it. You did it. Okay. Yeah. It was amazing. It really It was all those things. But listen, because the way y'all turned on Charlotte Flair was crazy. Y'all did. Y'all had this girl. Have you ever seen the movie 42? It's one of my favorite things to say because of this movie. When Jackie Robinson got the man all discombobulated. The young man is telling his mother, and she's like, Jackie got the man all what? He said, he got the man all discombobulated, mama. Y'all had Charlotte Flair all fucking discombobulated. Okay. And this turned real very quick. Y'all got to put some respect on it. Y'all got to put some respect on it.
Charlotte Flair is the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Tell me when I'm telling lies.
You have to understand the things that she's gone through, right? You have to understand these things. We'll be pausing. It was fabulous. Okay, good. Thank you for that one. Also updated AEW Homegrown will be April 27th at Flowing Lanes. So make sure we get that information out there as well because we will be in the house. Okay, but this got. I just want to know what. Did Charlotte stumble? Yes, she did. I don't think that was storyline. right? And of course, you got the dumbass dumb sheets, hashtag Death the Dirt Sheets, that come out and say, a source close to Tiffany Stratton says. Okay. That she got really personal with her. You could tell. Doesn't take an idiot. This is the show for the Total Wrestling fans, so maybe some of you are watching. But it doesn't take an idiot to see what happened there in the ring. Chicago booed her the way that they booed Roman Reigns. Not Chicago, but the crowd booed Roman Reigns that after Mania when he beats Taker. I think that might have been Orlando. Okay, because I was at that WrestleMania. They booed that man. They booed her the way they booed Dominic Mysterio. Here's where I think Charlotte dropped the ball at, because that same night, they didn't boo Seth Rollins, but when Seth Rollins was talking, the crowd started singing, Roman Reigns, Roman Reigns. They started singing that, and it was really loud. And what did Seth do? He overcame it. He just powered through and talked. You have to, Charlotte. You are the GOAT. Going to get replaced, but as of right now, you are the GOAT. And you let that crowd get to you, and you did not overcome it. And it showed. And it showed for the first time. Like, I just don't understand why wrestling fans don't like Charlotte Flair. I just don't. I do not understand that. I do not understand, why does it matter who she was married to? Why? I wake up and it goes, such and so did such and such. Such and such is marrying such and such. I don't care. It's nothing I don't go looking for. If you see it, if it comes on Entertainment Tonight or TMZ breaks the news of whatever, Kanye's, chick leaves him and he's writing, what he says to get her back. Who cares? Who cares who Charlotte Flair married to? Who cares she got married multiple times? Who cares? I don't speak on the fact that the first husband was abusive to her. That's never talked about. You just hear she was married 3 times. I do not understand that. Y'all sat there and still, after Paige's sex tape came out, she gets glorified. Isn't that worse? I'm just saying. And I don't care neither way. Sex tape, no sex tape. I don't care. It ain't like we got HH in his bedroom saying, why she got to marry an N-word? Why can't she marry an N-word or an N-word who has money and said the word repeatedly over and over and over?
On their feet. On a man. Oh, what the?
You guys still support Liam Neeson. And he's got a new Naked Gun coming out. You guys support Mel Gibson, who told his girl, I hope you get raped by a pack of N-words. But we want to rip Charlotte Flair for being married 3 times and being the daughter of what a lot of you people would say is the greatest of all time and Ric Flair? I don't get it. I get the arrogance. Roman's arrogant. We can name a million wrestlers who have the mantra that she has and how she talks. I'm not telling you to like the girl. I just don't get the hate for the girl. We all like who we like and don't like who we don't like. That's perfectly understandable. But the hate she gets, I need somebody to explain to me because I do not get it. You want to hate on something? Hate on the outfit she wore. Let's hate on that. Let's talk about that. Her and Tiffany looking like each other. Like that. Let's hate on the fact that she said at the end of the whole thing, tell your man to stay out my DMs. Now that was funny. That was some funny shit. Okay? Because we know damn well, I'm sorry, Charlotte. Ain't nobody checking in your DMs. Yeah. Rip her ass. Rip whose ass? Charlotte Flair doesn't deserve to get ripped. For what? Why? Why hate Charlotte Flair? What did she do to y'all? It's because she's great? Is it because she's good? Is it because she's achieved things that some people just can't achieve in life? What is it? I like to know. That's all. Comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Honorable mentions this week. That's why I got on my Kevin Owens shirt today. Some sources say could be out to 2 years with this neck injury. And all I can say is, Kevin Owens, please get better soon. And if I don't see you in a wrestling ring again, it would be all too sad. I can definitely say that. You are one of my favorite wrestlers to ever grace a squared circle. You were in the world of the Ring of Honors and the TNAs and what was coming up at the time. You and El Generico, Sami Zayn came in. You were two guys along with the American Dragon and CM Punk and those crop of guys in that 8-year range that I locked on to and was enamored by you guys. I have the NXT title when it first came out. You can see it right here behind me because you rocked that joint. And it has an X on it from Mike Knoxxx. But I am such a huge fan of yours, Kevin Owens. And I hope whatever's going on, you get better soon. That ends the match with him and Randy at WrestleMania. Now rumors may have it as who can replace him. I thought immediately Malachi Black as well. If those commercials are saying that it's him, then why not at least give Randy a match at WrestleMania? I don't care how you put it together. It's Randy freaking Orton. And I still would stand by to say I would love to see Hill Cena win the title so that face Randy Orton can face him. And I just think that's just too crazy. We never saw a Hill Randy versus always a face Cena. To see it the other way around would be entertaining. But yes, Kevin Owens, best t-shirts ever made at WrestleManias. I really hope you get well soon. Again, honorable mentions this week. If y'all don't put some respect on y'all thought I was gonna go a whole show without it? You thought I would go a whole show without showing some respect to the girl magic? Bianca Belair is my favorite female wrestler of all time. I said it. Okay. Last night, they signed the contract finally between her, Rhea Ripley, and IYO SKY. And I got to say this what my daughter says. I'm actually glad it's a triple threat match. Last night was the first time I said, okay, this is exciting. This became exciting to see as a triple threat because we want Rhea and Bianca, but why have it so soon? Right? We're finally there. I get we haven't. I say soon. I know what you're going to say. Like, damn, Mike Knoxxx has been like 5 years. But I'm okay with this for whatever reason. They can go one-on-one at SummerSlam. You got to say something for your second biggest show of the year in New York. I'm okay with this being a triple threat, and I'm all for it. What an image. I love this image. So we get them at WrestleMania. BGM, you know what it is? Mellow or Black versus RKO. I would say for the fans' sake, Malachi Black. I would like to see Mello, but they're already with Mello Don't Miz. So because the grass is greener, why? What's green on the side about Charlotte Flair? I need a little bit more context on what you mean with that. But we got this match at WrestleMania, and I cannot wait. Also go back. I had an honorable mention for this. Can't wait for that. And last night, it gets turned up. We saw this man came out with the black on, no colors. He's mad. In the words again of Michaela Wonders, he's definitely winning at WrestleMania. After a couple weeks, I wasn't exactly sure. It may not be the main event at WrestleMania, although he is main event Jey Uso. This was amazing. That was amazing. You see the intensity in him? This is what we've been missing from main event Jey Uso. This is why the heel always gets over on the face, because the heel will always say, same thing Cena's saying to Cody Rhodes, you do it for the fans. And sometimes when you're doing it for the fans as a face, the story lends you to forgetting about what got you to the dance. And it was the intensity of the Usos that put them over. Remember, a Musa Moore wasn't doing it. I was a fan then since day one. It's got the shirts to prove that too. But when they went to the down since day one ish in the black and white and the battle raps, that's when they got taken over. That's when the Usos became popular. And him last night, turn that up. I'm going to get you for Jimmy and my family. And I'm bringing that belt back to the family. That is 2 family members at WrestleMania with Jacob Fatu and now Jey Uso claiming to bring the titles back. I said, is the Bloodline storyline completely over? The world may never know. Number 5 this week is clearly what you just had. I love this moment. He was boring to me. not maybe all necessarily in the ring, but I am not a Gunther fan. But I've said it before, going back to the comedy made about Bill Goldberg to Bret Hart and things in between. I am really liking the antagonist that is Gunther. It is really good, top-notch shit lately. I'm loving it. But this moment with Jey Uso, it just jumped off the page for me. It just jumped off the page for me, and I absolutely loved it. Listen, guys, I'm going to get my black ass up out of here, but I left you with a lot of questions. I left you with a lot of things to talk about this past week in pro wrestling as we dived into a lot of things. AEW Dynasty. You know the AEW fans are going to love it. It was a very good wrestling event, but it felt, again, to stimulate the story about what. See, wrestling fans will always say, I don't care about the storyline, but deep down inside don't know. It's still always about hashtag wrestling is storyline. Okay, it's storytelling. 100%. That's pro wrestling. That's the birth of it, right? We got this favor. What is it? Is it really a favor? Did he not stump him on purpose? I say he's become the new Heyman guy will be Seth freaking Rollins. Okay, where does this leave Roman Reigns being alone? A lot of questions. Charlotte Flair, did she go too far? I think she did. And I thought Tiffany held her own and shot back where she just shot back at. And shout out to Ludwig Kaiser with the tweet, girl, don't flatter yourself, right? I didn't even get a chance to speak about Naomi and Jade Cargill going to main event, or not main event, but having a match at WrestleMania. Now, I will say this. Was that match added because we lost a match? What match was added because we lost Randy and Kevin Owens? Okay. Does Randy still have a match with us now, knowing that Kevin Owens will not be around here for the next foreseeable future, and hope he gets a speedy recovery? What's next for that? Jey Uso. Is he back to you believing he can win the title? Or are you still stuck where you're like, he's Jey Uso, he shouldn't be there in the first place? A lot a week in wrestling, and I love talking about it. I love talking about it with you. Make sure you tune in, log in tonight live after NXT. You'll get the NXT Trio review as well. And as well, guys, as always, we have a lot, and we have something for everybody on this network. We got the Mike Knoxxx Show now airing on Tuesdays morning for the next couple of months at least. Then we got the Radar Review Show, immediately following Raw, NXT Show Review Show, like I told you, back tonight with Freckle Sensei, Bad Guy Jack, and the Wrestling Doll. Then All Elite Women Dynamite Review with the news guy as well, joining them, Mad Dog Kelly. Predictions will be back this week. SmackDown on Saturdays with Vic Damone Jr. and Dice Man, and also Dice Man and Mad Dog getting together to talk about Collision for your AEW fans out there. We got something for everyone. And then, hey, if you just get tired of wrestling and you love other things like we love other things, join our other network, Unpopular Review Entertainment. Daredevil's going on right now. Movie reviews. Husband and Wife Review Show had to get relocated as I changed my schedule. The Federation Tuesdays is back tonight with a new movie review. I believe it's in the Bastards movie. I can't ever pronounce the name. Then the challenge ends tomorrow. Come back at 10 o'clock for the Challenge All-Star Revivals. And then the Wolfpack as we are going through our Blade series. And now we're going to go on into a lot of things coming around the pike, y'all, when it comes. Listen, thank you for listening to the Mike Knoxxx Show, and thank you for being a part of what we do here on Unpop Review. Please link in the bio for the Patreon. Please help support the channel. And remember, do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me, and don't love God. That is crazy. We are out of here, y'all. Fingers.
You ready? You ready? Let's go! At the money, now you're all what you getting in. Perfect Flex Radio, got them listening. Mike Knoxxx, from Cena to the Rock, or whatever wrestler is hot. News and interviews, this a one-stop shop. Matter of fact, let me give you more.